All right, welcome back. I know a lot of people have been waiting for the next astrology video, and it is coming. It just won't be this week because the time is short, thanks to the Labor Day holiday. Instead, we're going to take it easy and talk about relaxation and trance. So let's get into it. All right, relaxation and trance. I know that I have covered this in the Laws of Magic series. And I've probably covered it on this channel as well because I've been asked about it. But I'm going to cover it again if that's the case because it's absolutely essential to your magical practice. Now, for those of you doing self-initiation, as in the book that I recommend, Kabbalah, Magick, and the Great Work of Self-Transformation by Liam Thomas Christopher, every grade starts out with a breathing exercise. And this is to get you into a particular rhythm, but also to get you to relax. You've got to relax to do effective magic. A lot of the really great magic books start you out with just relaxing because it really is that important. Anyone that's worked with, say, New Avatar Power by Jeff Gray Cobb knows that each ritual within that book begins with a relaxation ritual. It's talking you down, getting you to breathe, getting you to relax, all the way from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, getting you to unwind and let go. So understand that relaxation and trance in this way is really just a form of self-hypnosis. And self-hypnosis truly is a skill that everyone who wishes to become proficient in magic should study and learn. And this is especially true for those who just have a difficult time relaxing naturally. And I'm one of them. In my natal chart, I have a few planets that are in signs that are very restless places for them to be. So I had a very difficult time being able to relax and get into trance. But it is what it is. It's something that you just have to deal with. Now, the first thing you want to do if you're someone who finds it difficult to relax is to quit caffeine. If you're a naturally restless person, the last thing you want is to be on stimulants. I was addicted to caffeine. I had to give it up. To me, giving up caffeine was harder than giving up smoking because quitting caffeine will give you the worst headache you've ever had in your life for like 2 weeks straight. But you're going to have to do it if you're a naturally restless person because you're already at a disadvantage for being naturally restless. You throw caffeine on top of that, it's going to be almost impossible to get you to relax and get into trance. Okay? Now, all of this has to deal with accessing the subconscious. When you are totally relaxed, when you are in a state of trance, essentially a state of self-hypnosis, you're getting the conscious mind out of the way so that you can input your instructions into the subconscious. This is the entire purpose of it, to bring the subconscious to the surface for easier access. That's it. And anybody that's watched this channel for any length of time and heard me speak on the subconscious at all can easily understand this. They're right there along with me. But if we're the type of person who finds it very difficult to relax, then how do we go about it? How do we get to relax, get into trance, or even meditate for that matter? Well, for me, I had to use self-hypnosis, which is a bit like fighting fire with fire. So I had to use self-hypnosis to be able to get into a state of self-hypnosis. Now, I'll tell you how I did it. I used to watch a lot of Darren Brown, who I have featured on this channel before. For those not familiar with Darren Brown, he is a master hypnotist, mentalist, and illusionist from the UK. And I highly recommend watching anything by him. It's all brilliant, including his live stage specials. He specializes in blowing people's minds. It's all fantastic. So I would imagine Darren Brown standing before me and putting me under hypnosis in a rapid induction just with the snap of his fingers, just like he does anybody else. Telling me to sleep because I can imagine his voice very clearly. He has a very distinct voice. And it would work. I would become very relaxed and in trance, but yet still have my cognitive abilities. I could still function within temple. And I would then create anchors so that I could rapidly return to that state whenever I wanted. And that's what worked for me when everything else had failed. Now, the reason it worked as well as it did is because I was such a huge fan and had so much respect for his skill that I considered him an authority. And I know that I've done a video on authority before. It was literally the difference between success and failure, because I tried other hypnosis methods before that, but it was only someone my mind considered an authority that was allowed to put me under. And then once I achieved that state, it was easier to return to it by creating anchors. Now, as for the trance state itself, you're not zonked out to where you don't know what you're doing. You're still aware of what's going on, you're just kind of zoning. Kind of like you do when you're watching TV, or if you've ever done sigil magic, when you're just kind of zoning in on the sigil, or when you're meditating and you've cleared your mind of everything else. It's kind of difficult to describe it in the words. Everything just kind of falls away. So like with the TV example, you're aware of what's going on around you. You're semi-aware anyway while you're watching your favorite show, but you're focused on that show. Everything else just kind of falls away. It's kind of like that. When I'm in trance, I'm the magician. Everything else falls away, besides the magic that I'm performing. Some people may have the idea that it's like sleepwalking or something, but you're not unaware of what you're doing. So I hope this has explained a bit about relaxation and trance and why it's so important, and also help those who may be having difficulty getting into it. Some people can relax real easily, just like that, not a problem. But for others, like me, it's not all that easy. It was actually one of the more difficult things for me to do. I first had to figure out why I was having such problems with it, and then how to go about fixing it. It was a long time ago, but that's how I went about it. I wanted to make this video because I know that some people have been having their own difficulties with relaxation and trance. I want to thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please upvote and share it if you did. You can find me over at Twitter at Frater Xavier, or over at Facebook at facebook.com/mindandmagic. And you can also get early access over at Subscribestar and Patreon when videos first come out, instead of a month later when I don't even remember what I was talking about. I may need to update the facts. I have a lot of people ask, do you remember which video this was in or that was in? No. I have over 300 videos. Unless it's in the title, I don't remember which video it's in. And they're just as able to search for it as I am, so there you go. So if you want to stay current and not a month in the past, Subscribestar and Patreon are the places to be. There's a lot more on the way, and I will see you soon. Take care.